Peace, peace, peace. I'm still around, and it's gonna stay that way. You know what I mean? Especially when I do what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And hey, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And what I'm supposed to be doing is living right and telling the truth. And you know, on our road, all of us serve a big time purpose in this world, in this reality. You know what I mean? Because the Most High Creator gives us all specific duties that we have to fulfill in the way that we interact with the rest of creation. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, a lot of us are highly inspirational to each other. A lot of us, a lot of us serve as examples of what we shouldn't be for the other people in creation. But we all serve a purpose. Everybody is chosen. The chosen one thing is it's a hip thing. It's a fly thing, especially when you're doing good and you're vibrating high. It's good. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, we all chosen. Whether you chosen to be on the dark side or the light side, you know what I mean? One way or the other, you chosen, and you gotta and you have something to fulfill. Because even Satan, the devil, has a job to do. You know what I'm saying? He's chosen. Believe that. So, you know what I mean? You gotta figure out where you fall in, and not to go too much into that particular thing. And that that's a deep thing, because we all should know what our purpose is. You know what I mean? And as for myself, I know my purpose is to live right and to tell the truth, and also to motivate myself and anybody who want to listen to overcome obstacles and to do it in the best way. Period. So I've really been primed for this because I grew up, and I also lived most of my life being a highly religious person. Always was with God, always was with the law, always knowing and understanding and believing in God. So the God consciousness thing for me is really has been throughout my life my strongest weapon, even if you ain't know that about me. But to this day, see, when you have some good spots, meaning like you pass some tests in private, not performing for people. When you pass, I know I passed many tests. Allah, God, the Most High elevates your consciousness, elevates your intellect, elevates everything about you in reference to how you think, feel, and believe. I'm gonna just use that for lack of a better word, because knowing is better than believing. That's why I don't use the belief word as much as I used to, because I know now that knowing is better than believing. But knowing what you're supposed to be doing, and also knowing the architect and being one of the architects on this earth plane is what we all should be doing. A lot of advices can be given about how to operate and function, in this reality. There's a lot of advice. It's so much, you know what I mean? But right now, because I was just listening to something on YouTube, and the guy, and this is a guy, highly, informed guy. He really, his whole channel is based on educating or informing people of just some hidden aspect of history and things of that nature. So it's very, very important. But at the same time, I know that a part of what he was saying was incorrect. So and then I realized that he's spinning by him spinning something that's incorrect, it's creating a world, it's creating another world. Especially if you got people with a true and living mind's eye watching it. It's going to produce that world. It's going to produce something. So the more higher you go in knowledge, the more you understand that you got to watch who you be around. You got to watch what you indulge in. You got to watch what you say out your mouth. And it's not all about watching, but you just got to see when you're on knowledge, you know not to say nothing stupid. You know what I mean? When you have knowledge, you know not to do nothing stupid. You understand? And I don't care where it's coming from, whether it's coming from secular people, religious people, heedless people, godless people, the Godheads, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you have knowledge, you know, like, because sometimes the guy heads and the people, of the book and the people of the Quran or whatever, sometimes they be tripping. Sometimes the secular people and the scientists and they all be tripping. But you being on knowledge for your own self, you got to know where to draw the line and just say, yeah, no, I ain't with that, because we live in a reality of multiple worlds, period. So you got to, keep that in mind. But let me get back to what I was talking about. Yeah. The guy was talking about, a certain thing. Be careful not to create a reality where you don't want that to happen in your reality, or you don't want to propagate no false stuff. You just don't want to do that. Period. Just like me, in my process, once I've gotten on the hero's journey, because I'm on a hero's journey. You know what I'm saying? Because I had enough courage to do what I had to do for myself. You know what I'm saying? And not be scared of what my family and my friends is going to say. So it's a hero's journey. You know what I mean? And I'm by myself. So, but by me acquiring knowledge and sliding into the reality that I'm in now, I find myself by myself, which is okay, because I have willed away a lot of confusion, a lot of false and bad people and situations and things of that nature. So, hey, I'm by myself for right now. Until somebody vibrates on my level, then I'm gonna be by myself. But that's cool. But all the basics of the religious books tells us about people, you know what I mean, who live a certain way, who, you know what I mean, they don't want to be around all the chaos and the foolishness and all that. But what I'm saying is, create your own reality. Be mindful of what you're thinking and what you're saying and what you're doing. Don't be out here just doing anything and saying anything. Don't be just going with the flow with people just because you think because it sound good. Oh, everybody, I'm going back natural. I'm cutting my hair. So then you run out and you think that you're going natural because you're cutting your hair. Oh, you need to cut your hair because it's trauma inside your hair. Oh, but these things is valid things. But you have to put some thought onto what you're doing before you. I'm saying it because I've made these mistakes in the past. You know what I'm saying? For my own stuff. So I'm just saying I'm advising based on experience. I ain't advising just because I want to come out here and start refuting a bunch of shit. No, that's not why I'm saying it. So just be mindful, because it's all mine. If I could jump you in front, if I can jump you and bust you in front of the line, right? I tell you, it's all mine, man. Don't be wasting your time arguing about people or trying to make people convince people to think your way. Don't waste your time with that. Don't waste too much time with that. Don't waste no time with it, for real. Because we live in a multi-dimensional reality. There's multiple truths. A lot of us can, especially people that's on like some clear thinking and some clear method, clear ways. Okay, we can. It's multiple good in real and truthful ways. So if you're arguing with these fools that just think it's one way, that's just don't, you know what I mean? And then another thing, a lot of people, the most ignorant of the people who try to like come at people are people who think that the reason why people like change their way of thinking or start doing things differently or whatever, their whole reason for doing what they're doing is based on something from their desires, like, or something from a weakness, like, oh, you got weak with making your prayers, or you got weak with this, or you got weak with that, so that's why you slid into that, or or your desires, you went over there and no. How about it is people that have made adjustments like myself based on knowledge, and it doesn't take away the fact that it's real and exists. It don't, right? You know what I mean? So let's get smart. Let's be smart. Let's learn. That's why I always try to stress learning. You know what I mean? Because if you have knowledge, you ain't gonna be overtaken by a lot of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. Add on to what you already have. If you already have a certain thing, then add on to it. It's just like a Shaolin monk. When you watch the karate movies and they travel, and you got a guy traveling around and he's looking for a master that can beat him so that he can train and be his student and get better at whatever he was doing. This is how it is in life, even with spirituality, religion, whatever, scientific, secular, whatever, all of these different things. acquire knowledge so that you can be a better version of yourself, a higher version of yourself. Do that. Peace.